disappointment of Geek this year. Few pickups in February. I'll start off with a Game Gear AV cable. Fantastic little device if you want to plug a video camera or a video cassette player and actually watch it on your Game Gear screen.
So in other words, it's completely damn pointless. It goes with your TV tuner and various other completely useless things.
But you can use it on your Game Gear. So awesome. Or not. The only gaming pickup I got from Geek was a 69 in one. To try it. It's got 69.
Did it have Metroid in it though?
Yeah. No, none of them have. It's got no repeat either. No repeat. And for my Game Gear, a lovely condition box. Virtua Fighter Animation. Now this was hitting like a 60 odd pounds. I basically paid below 20 for it. But always wanted to give it a try.
It's really bad.
Yeah, it's awful, but it's fun to have at the same time. If you just look at Kira, he looks
the thing is, if you have actually played like the Mega Drive version of Virtua Fighter and thought that was bad,
come along and
that game only had like 2
obviously
buttons.
it's based on the anime from Japan, you know, as it says animation, you know, and stuff, but
it's one of the sort of harder to find ones, and I still want to try and hopefully find that Panzer Dragoon one day. That would be a nice find. I picked up Super Street Fighter 4 3D Edition, which was a launch title for the 3DS. Played it in the shops, but not actually played this version, and it's just Street Fighter 3 on the handheld. You played this?
Street Fighter 4. It's basically, I think, like graphically, it's very impressive.
Yeah,
it's running
that's
on
the first
3DS.
thing.
It's very impressive. It's running on 3DS. But as always, I think just about every handheld, apart from perhaps the Nomad, the buttons. It's the buttons.
That's the buttons issue.
You know, I mean, things like the SNK games are okay. They use a 4-button configuration.
Yeah.
But anything Street Fighter and Capcom, with 6 buttons, they really struggle on the handheld. It's so awkward and cumbersome. I can't get on with it. I really
On a
can't.
side note, with the 3DS, another half got the new 3DS this month. I tell you what, it's fucking awesome. It breathes new life into 3D. I still get the effect after a while. But putting any of our older games, we was trying the older games the other night, it brings all new life to them. And it's just like, at last, it works. I'm not going to twist the screen and fall off the sofa.
Yeah, having to stay rigid. I mean, it was okay for like RPGs and stuff like that. But anything that requires moving, and
one pickup for the Dreamcast. I picked up Confidential Mission, first person light gun game. Not overly bloated like they have a shooter.
And what would that be?
I can't remember right
Time
now.
Crisis?
No, the other one.
House of the Dead?
No. It's
Virtua Cop?
No. I should really do my fucking homework. I knew what it was called last night.
This is the thing where you have to have this at the bottom of the screen.
Yeah.
Right, moving on.
Confidential Mission on the Dreamcast. One pickup on the Expo. Dead or Alive 5 last round. Fucking love the Dead or Alive games. And this is brilliant, fantastic. But boy, did they fuck up from launch. I mean, you transfer your save from your previous consoles if you want, but you have this big list of to-do things you have to do. Otherwise, you'll get bugs, you'll get errors. The daughter's playing on her Xbox One and she's done it from a fresh start. And basically, it's after 30 minutes, it's crashing going to the main screen. It's just, you go to the website and the list of bugs of packs you have to make sure you install and the order you install them and stuff. And it's like, it's such a shame because this is absolutely brilliant. It's the pinnacle of Dead or Alive.
And if you've got about £1,000 spare to buy DLC, it's yours.
Yeah. And the packs have 1 or 2, maybe 3 outfits in them this time, like $179 a pack. Like, just imagine they bought an Ultimate pack up for sale, half price, only $599.99. Picked up the cheap PS4 recently, just for one game, and really, the order $18.86.
You need to spend a little time talking about this as well.
This game, played from start to finish. I had a goal of platinum this when I wasn't too fussed about it until I actually saw a proper TV trailer. I was like, ooh, that does look like my sort of game. So I picked up a nice cheap PS4 from the local sites. Put this on. Now, before we start, let's just get this lengthy bit out of the way. You know, who gives a fuck, personally, if it's 5 hours long? If you want to speed through a game, that's your, that's your prerogative. Now, I must admit, I spent probably about 14 hours. But I was going through all the collectibles. I played it on the normal settings.
That is padding.
Yeah, I played it on the normal settings, but you can play through it on any settings. If you put it on easy, you can go from start to finish in 5 hours.
Yeah.
But I put it on normal, and everything about this game I love. It's got like the sort of underworld feel, but in a British. Oh yes.
I really like all the settings and styling and looking and everything. But like I say, you're sort of saying about the length thing, but yeah, that is a problem. I mean, I would probably say that there are only 2 proper next-gen graphically games so far. That being one of them, and Rise being the other one.
Yeah, Rise doesn't mean so fast.
Yeah, graphically.
Yeah.
Definitely those 2. But they both have the same problem of being incredibly short.
Yeah. So we can give you this power.
Really small.
Nice,
so, I mean, that is a really bad sign. That is like a really bad sign. I mean, people have moaned about the gameplay being generic and stuff. I mean, the IGN review was all sort of like, oh, it's all generic.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if it's good. If you're copying something that's very good, and basically, Uncharted and Gears of War with weird moustaches in like Victorian England. That's the order. Yeah. And that's a good thing,
It's really good. You do get the sections where you're just so you have whole chapters. There's 15 chapters in the game, and you have whole chapters where you're dedicated to basically sat in a chair or just listening to people. And we're talking about 15-minute conversations, and it's all pompous English talk as well. So it makes it all the more. That's why the Americans find it boring. It's not boring. It's just dull. Yeah. I mean, we're not dull. We're English. God damn you!
I think Americans would probably find it more interesting. The Americans
do not pay £50 for this.
That's why it's annoying that things like blockbusters aren't around anymore. Because that is like a really good game, but it is a rental. It is really a rental game. It is not a buy it game.
It's a in the whole weekend it's got really easy trophies, so you can platinum it. Just make sure you pay attention to where you're going. I missed one trophy.
That's
one bloody little gas thing that stores these little gas jars. Basically, you twist them, and that's how they keep the voices, which is really cool. And yes, it was bloody awkward. So you wouldn't have fucking known it was there if you didn't. But yeah, it's another reason to replay it. It's fun sections. The battles can be super repetitive though, but.
I find exactly the same thing with Gears and Drake. I find them all like that.
They all suffer from it. Hey, guy with gun, guy with machine gun, guy with bigger mean gun, on the back of the truck. Guy with bigger mean gun.
Yes, it's a very mean gun.
You bastard! You whack whack. And guy in the background with his rocket launcher on a truck or whatever. Yeah, I do highly recommend, but I don't recommend paying full price for this. Yeah, as Tony said, rental perfect or. Probably sub 20, around that.
Around that sort of 20 mark, I think it's probably.
There's been little on the PlayStation 4 to actually play. I wanted to go back and give this a go.
Is that actually as hard as I've actually heard?
The problem is I haven't tried it. As I say, I only picked this up
because you haven't even said that it's knack yet. No. It's knack.
But it's knack on the PS4 and it's
just take the N out.
I just want to see it. I've heard that it is ridiculously difficult. It shouldn't be too hard. It has 2-player action as well. I didn't know that. I thought it was just 1-player game. Yeah.
I think it has a weird 2-player mode. It's not like a conventional thing. It's like a weird thing. Like one person does one thing, one person does another, or something. I'm not sure. But,
I don't know too much about the game. I just know it's something that did catch my own original release, very much in the same way that Cameo caught my own original release at 360. Just, I'd like to give that a go, sort of thing. And I played everything I wanted to play on the PS4, especially playing to all of the which was fantastic. And this was the last sort of thing on my mind, other than Uncharted later in the year. That Mega Drive Games Month, I thought Pac-Pan, which is puzzle-y type. Yeah. Sort of Payu, isn't it?
Yeah.
Payu.
Sort of style thing.
Yeah.
What did they do to Pac-Man?
Yeah, it's really nice.
How did Pac-Man end up being Payu?
It's that sort of like,
I mean, Bean Machine then, and had Robotnik end up doing that. But
or Kirby's Avalanche, where like Kirby comes along and he's doing play.
Then you move on to Baku.
Then you've got like, all these different companies did that, didn't they? They jumped on the puzzly bandwagon. There's what? Bomberman Panic?
Yes. Yeah.
Like Puzzle Bobble.
Yeah.
There's, every single thing. They thought they could stick a mascot and stick it onto a puzzle game. And they did.
I think the puzzle games are basically your girlfriend games. You got your your RPGs
Yeah.
and that thing. And if your girlfriend wants to,
Yeah.
hey,
But
it's
then,
a puzzle
but then
game.
you sort of snuck onto it. I mean,
Yeah.
and you sort
when,
of started
when
playing
she went
it.
home at night.
Yeah, and she started playing it like more than they
Yeah.
were,
Yeah. And there's Pac-Man, which is Pac-Man with a nice bow with slightly different levels. You really like this. I think I got this on a
Pac-Man in drag.
Yeah.
Dragman.
Yeah. It's he's all dressed up, ready for a night in town on Croydon. Well, Brighton.
With his
Brighton
kinky
town,
boots.
boy,
Yeah,
yeah.
yes,
He's going to hit the town, see what ghosts he can hit up. He pops some pills as he's on the way out, It's Pac-Man. If you don't know about Pac-Man, you don't know about games. On to some Xboxy stuff. Hang on.
And snot. Mucus.
I not know what you're talking about.
You don't buy any of these games off them second hand, then they're covered in mucus.
What are you talking about? Shake on it. Yeah. It says Sega on the case, so I had to buy it. This is like a slight variation of virtual soccer.
Virtual Striker.
It's virtual striker. It's more.
It's kind of, the best way of describing it is NBA Jam the football.
Yeah.
So I think that would probably be the best way of describing it. Is
Or
NBA Jam
the
football.
Predator football game that came out.
Predator. That would be
He
good.
means the football boot.
Yeah.
No, there was an
He goes in
Adidas
for the volley.
football game,
Yeah.
weren't there?
And well, it's very similar to something called Soccer Ball on the Neo Geo. It's
Ooh,
very
yeah.
similar to that.
Yeah.
It's sort of fighty soccer.
Mm.
Proper sort of how it should be. Contact, not my ankle. Oh no, referee. No. Fuck that shit.
Was I picking up my 200 grand a week? Oh.
Yeah. Dramatic.
Gunmetal. Yes, I saw bloody Backcross when I saw this.
Yeah.
I
I rented it. I mean, there was a number of like mechy sort of games, like Gunship Queen or whatever it was called and stuff like that. I rented.
yeah.
They were okay. Nothing fantastic. It was okay. I mean, it was just like transforming robots and stuff. At the time, it was okay. It would probably you'd probably be like, it's okay, but when you play it now, it's one of those sort of things. Where,
Well, I like that. It's a 75
yeah.
So
Just stick it on the shelf.
Yeah,
put
you-
a bash on it, and that's it. So,
and two slightly more pricey Xbox games. Nightmare Before Christmas. By Capcom. Yeah.
one of those ones that I need for my PS2 Capcom collection. I'm only about 6 off. I think there's about 6 games I haven't got now. UK Capcom.
No Christmas buying everything this year was there for you in the PS2. A couple of years back when you got all your 52 games around Christmas.
Oh,
time.
yeah.
Yeah, I've seen a few videos of this in the past. I really always wanted to give it a try, but never seen it. And in a town around where we lived in Ramsgate, they just opened the CEX, and generally when the CEX is open, they're
They
like,
have nice stuff.
yeah, they get all the other stores. They said there's nice stuff.
It's like any retro store, I mean, especially the private retro shops, because if it's a guy who's opening it, it's normally most of his collection in there as well.
Yeah.
So there's normally some really good stuff. If you ever hear of a retro shop opening up, yeah, be there, because
Hey, Mr. Dines.
yeah, because you're
Yeah.
gonna miss good stuff.
Yeah.
It's,
The other one I picked up is Ultra Bust a Move on the Xbox. I don't ever actually remember Bust a Move getting released on the Xbox over here, so I've got my old Amazon app out just to find out about it and see what price-wise it was. And there's not one on eBay. On Amazon, there was one without manual for 55 quid. So I was like, this is rare then.
Yoink.
Yeah, yoink. That's I'm buying it. I knew I had to have it. Yeah. I bought Bust a Move. So it's the Super Bust a Move 2 on the PS2 last month. Is it Super Bust a Move 2?
it's one of them. I couldn't
Yeah.
tell you which one it was.
There is another one after
There's so
that Bust a
many
Move
of them.
2, which
There's
is the
so
one I
many
really
of them
wanted.
because there is
Got
Bust a
the
Move,
edited.
Bust a Move 2, and then there's a Super Bust a Move 2. There's loads of them.
Slightly different puzzles. I liked the one where they actually gave you ones where you could just create your own
Yeah.
puzzles and put
Yeah.
your initials
Yeah.
and stuff like that. But yeah, I do like the Bust a Move games. So
I do actually want the Neo Geo one. I do
Yeah.
actually, want the original Neo Geo. Yes.
Tower of Games.
Stop breaking your stuff.
Tell
Fair enough.
me not to break my stuff.
Yes.
I don't want to touch his stuff. Yeah. The Super Dimension Fortress Macross.
Do you remember love?
Yes, do you remember? We both, well, Tony bought it last year. You bought it, right?
No, last year.
It was last
That was
year.
last year. It was just because you got me the import thing, didn't you?
Yeah.
And it was literally this time last year, just after
Ooh,
Christmas.
need to buy
I was like,
imports.
imports! You know,
Yeah.
so I got everything I wanted to get, and that was one of them. Well, anything that's cheap, I wanted to get.
It's really, really good. I mean, I couldn't get off the first level, but I will now. I just hope to play it. It's really cool. It's a side shoot. I can transform. You can do your gay walk mode. Oh, shoot you guys! And yeah, obviously you can't really read the rest of the story unless you know Japanese.
Well, the thing is, if you have actually seen the movie, Do You Remember Love? Then that's what it's got. Sort of footage of it in there.
Yeah.
And on top of that, it is it does have its own specially made animated section at the beginning that's kind of slotted in there, which is cool. But it's not that good of an actual shooter. If you want a good shooter, get the Super Nintendo Macross game, Scrambled Valkyrie. That is a much better actual shooter. But as fan service, that's fantastic because it is the music and the way it looks. It's much more Macrossy than Scrambled Valkyrie is. Much more
Wasn't it
Macrossy.
released in a PS3 pack this way for that one?
Yeah, it was a hybrid pack on like a Blu-ray. So you actually got the movie, Do You Remember Love?
Yeah.
And in the special features was the game. But you have to actually,
Japanese machine.
to run
It's the
that
original
because it's a
Blu-ray.
Blu-ray. It's not actually a game. It's a Blu-ray that has a game hidden in the special features.
And before I go on to my last one, I did have one digital pick up this month. I picked up Tomb Raider Temple of Osiris. Loved the Guardian of Light original on the Xbox 360. This one is co-op again, basically highlighting the fact that it's annoying co-op, so you're best off doing single player. But it was in the £8 with the season pass or £6 without it, and challenge maps and all that. And I do like the Tomb Raider games, so I picked that up. On to my last game. Yes, basically the last time I actually saw a copy of this was on Play Nation's Gets video. They showed they had a sealed copy up. Minutes after watching that video, I phoned them up and it had gone. It's a bit of a oddity, this one.
Yeah,
Don't really
it's
see
a
much.
really
It's
weird
next to
one.
nothing on YouTube, do you?
I mean, basically, I'm not even sure if it actually has multiplayer. You basically play as if you ever seen the Street Fighter 2 animated movie.
And what we're talking about, of course, is Street Fighter 2, the interactive movie on the Japanese Sega Saturn.
You basically play as the cyborg. You play as the cyborg that was monitoring all their moves.
Yep.
And you kind of have to play against the other characters and then learn their moves. It's really strange. You're going to see more of it soon.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And yes, otherwise that's to look forward to. But that's February for me. Picked up one game on the DS this month. Picked up Super.
Yes.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah. I picked up Super Street Fighter 3.
Or
It is, isn't it? I'm doing well. It's because there's a free edition. Ta-da! So I picked
Exhaust Floods.
Exhaust Floods.